He's popularly known as Amia's dad, or is it Amaya's?
Amaya's dad.
Amaya's dad on Twitter. This is he. You are welcome. Good to have you here. Grand.
So we are not quite sure how to profile you, because on the one hand you have your Twitter persona, and then in reality we are seeing a gentleman. I don't understand.
Very gentle.
As in you should hear him. Actually, you're going to hear him speak. First off, it's good to have you here. Tell us more about who Etubo Lion is.
Real name Okikeola Olatubosun, and I was born in Lagos. My dad passed when I was 3. I schooled in Lagos, my primary school. I lived in Iseyin, Oyo State for 8 years, and then came back to Lagos. Did my ND in Mapoli, Abeokuta, and then I traveled in 2015.
So you relocated in 2015?
Yes.
Right. So your story started from post-relocation.
Yes.
And that's where the chicken catcher thing happened.
What is that chicken catcher?
Chicken catcher?
What's chicken
I
catcher
should let
about?
you tell him, but I'm just going to summarize it for you because it's a very long story.
Okay.
So basically, it was a job he went for. And then what happened with the job?
It was just I saw an ad online saying they needed chicken catcher. And I was like, waiting be chicken catcher again. I mean, both people don't start because they just give names to different jobs. So I went there, I'm like, I want to, do this chicken catching job. The woman looked at me and like, I don't think you can do this job.
What was the job about?
That's what it's
just, I said, me, I can't catch chicken.
They catch chicken.
More do this thing. More as in, more run
job when
fast,
it's
fast.
catch chicken.
So the woman said, okay, the interview was fast, and she said, come later tonight at 11 p.m. So I went back, and there was this bus waiting for me. It was filled with Mexicans. I'm like, you see, they happen.
We know black person.
So I sat in, so I got in, and then they started driving, and we drove like 30 minutes.
You're not
And they started drinking all these energy drinks. I'm like,
Getting ready for the chicken catching.
wait till they happen. So they were like, calm down, don't worry. Finally, we got there, and they opened this barn, and it was like, I've never seen that much chicken in my life.
Wow.
And they were this big. I'm like
turkeys, like dinosaurs.
So I asked this supervisor, like, how many are these chickens? He said 33,000. I said, so who will pack all these chickens?
They said, that's your job.
He said, that's your job. That's why you are here. I said, what is this? So they brought all these cages, so you have to start like picking all these chickens and throw them in the cage. Like, I don't sure say I don't catch with 50. I just they shake, say, God, what's it they happen? And these chickens still, we still get like over 30,000 or more. Long story short, now that day I fired myself, because...
Did you get paid at least for that day?
No.
I said someone fired himself. How will he get paid?
Because I actually, I tried. I almost died, but I tried. Like, we finished that barn, and then, they said, let's go and eat. After we finished eating, so I was expecting us to leave. So they were like, all right, let's go. I say, where? Where are we going? He said, we are not done, that this is break.
Wow.
So these people want to see crazy today. So I followed them. They opened another barn, another 33,000 chicken. I said,
No.
Not
doing this again.
So that I just fired myself that day.
Wow.
So that's the best part.
It's my food. It was my food.
It was you had to bring your food.
Yes.
So how did you translate all of this into comedy? And how did that... I'm looking for the link here. How did you discover that I could do this comedy, especially online? How did that translate from there?
I just tweet whatever my brain tells me, and people just laugh at it. And sometimes I go back to read my tweets too, and it's funny to me sometimes, And I'm like, oh, boy, I found this much.
We've got a couple of them here. Mbappe,
Yeah.
you remember me? We used to play street football behind that church in Paris. Anyways, call me. It's me, White Lion. Escale, baby. Tiele, baby.
Amaya, yes, we're going to talk about Amaya. Amaya was like, Dad, there's blackout and the water heater isn't working. I want to take a hot shower. Ma worry, use Ike Ibomisara and bucket. She said, what does that mean? I showed her everything. She was like, no, it shocked you.
So, Amaya, how did she come into the picture?
So, yeah, go ahead.
I adopted her when she, yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when I met her, she was just this loving little baby, and we just created that bond, and it just went from there.
Is she here with you in Nigeria?
Yes.
Yes.
And you know, and all this posting thing, it just started one day. I didn't like. I was just posting my content for like people to see. And with time, she started like, you know, people started falling in love, and most of the people that follow me actually they are part of our journey. They knew where it started. They, you know, they knew Amaya when she was 1, when she was 2, when she was 3. Now she's 8.
Wow.
So it's been a long, you know, and I appreciate people. She has a huge, like, you know, they call her president. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm the father of the president. So I don't know why they call her president, but you know, but the love, even the love we've received since we got here, it's been amazing.
You said you adopted her. Are you a single dad then? Ah, this is the story. Zoom in.
Okay.
Zoom in. So,
Personal. Too
personal. All right, we'll let that be. We'll let that be. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
So, okay.
Please, sorry.
So
I'm
I
just
was
excited.
actually going to ask about the transition.
Yeah,
Most people think that Chicken Catcher is a fallout of the Amaya story. But few people realize that you actually had a persona.
Yes.
And Amaya was actually the side gig.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
She was just the one you just mentioned. And then it now turned out to be like a really big deal.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
focusing on her.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the followers I have now, like most of them just now joined. My previous account was Twitter took it when I was like close to 100,000, and this one was opened like 2021 or something. So they really do not know that.
The other personality.
Yes, like even before Amaya, I was just like this thread like comedy writer, and Amaya was just
famous bonnet. I thought you were going to come with it. So it used to be Amaya's
saw the
bonnet.
pictures.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures.
yeah.
It's daddy.
So, I mean, she became part of it, and she just took everything away from, you know, she just, the limelight and everything, she was just right in front. She did in front of me. Nobody did see me again, but no wala.
Let's take a look at that bonnet. There it is.
Yes, that's the famous bonnet. He has different types. See.
That's nice. This is very relative to me because only just yesterday I put a post up on my social media, on my stories, Insta stories, of me giving my daughter Gary for the first time. And she was,
Gary for the first time.
It was the first time. I just felt like drinking Gary, and I'm like, I'm buying Gary today. And I had Gary and
What
Ghana.
kind of human being?
No, listen, because it's been a long time. And when I was eating, she was like, what's that? I'm like, it's Gary. Okay, have it. It's still up on my stories. You guys
Your
can
daughter
check it
that
out.
grew up in Nigeria is eating Gary for the first
I
time.
don't eat Gary. I don't even, Eba is not my thing. I prefer semo, fufu, but Gary is a bit too, like it's Jimmy.
So-
It's
Why would you like fufu over Gary? I mean, over Eba?
very rarely, but I would rather have fufu over Gary. But I wanted to know something. Are you going to translate this online comedian presence into something more tangible, like stand-up, for instance? Do you think?
I think they're way two different things. And I mean, personally, I still make people laugh, people you know, around me, but going that far to be a stand-up comedian is just wait. I don't
Do
know.
you want to monetize it? Do you monetize it already as it is an online status?
Recently, I started doing that maybe 2 months ago because I just have, you know, a lot of brands. They'll message me and say, hey, we want to work with you. And I'll be like, nah, cruise with the car. I don't even know what influencing means. I don't, that's not what I'm doing here. People just laugh at my tweets. And so a few people DM me like, that guy, we'll do rate card for you. We'll do everything. You know, and they did it for me. And since then, I've gotten like maybe 4 or 5 different jobs. And
That's
You know
beautiful.
this thing you said about people offering to do stuff for you?
yes,
You coming to Nigeria, it's also helped
yes,
while you were here. People
Yes.
just reach out and
yes,
they've been really supportive.
yes.
I must commend you though,
Yeah.
because what you do with your daughter is something that several fathers need to emulate. Creating a personal relationship with your daughter.
Yes.
It's something I must commend you for. Well done on that.
Yeah, and I'm not, like, everything I do, it's not for anyone to emulate me or whatever. I'm just doing it because I want to and because, you know, I just find the relationship with my daughter really, really interesting. But, you know, I mean, I just wish more fathers can do more because
that's true.
it's not about just providing. You can actually do more.
He's so shy, he's looking down. This is not the chicken catcher on Twitter.
We want to see more of your work, your
Yeah.
content with Amaya. And of course, if you're hungry, and I bet you are, we've got something very interesting inside of the kitchen we'd like you to come and taste. So let's do a bit of his work, and then we'll be inside the kitchen when we get back.